Scott, saw Miami a lot last year. How different of a program does this look to you than the one that you guys played 6 times last year?
I think it looks any different. I think their style of play is the same. I think they're just a younger team that's gotten better this year. Obviously, they lost some guys last year that were important parts. Guys like Roslovic, who left after a year, just like every team. But they're just a lot younger. But if you've watched this team play, they've been kind of spurty through the year. Started good, had a bad stretch, went on an unbeaten streak, and they're a little bit up and down. And some of that is youth, but I've seen them play on tape about 3 or 4 or 5 games, and they've got great speed. They're always tenacious. They play a little bit heavier game, and certainly is going to be a great challenge for us.
Their goaltender, Ryan Larkin, anything specifically stand out about him to you?
Nope. We'll just got to find ways to get pucks by him.
Any concern about the amount of penalties the team took on Saturday, or that just kind of
no, I'm not. I think it was a combination of a couple things. One, you saw the game, so I won't comment, so I don't get fined. It was pretty average, and 3 or 4 of them I thought we cannot have those in part of our game. So we've addressed that, and hopefully we don't see it again.
The 4-on-3 kill that allowed you to get to the shootout on Saturday, how from your perspective, how good were the guys on the ice in executing it? Blocked more shots than got on goal over 4 minutes and change against a 4-on-3 power play, which is hard.
Well, it was kind of crunch time, right? And we made that decision for most of it to kind of go with 2 forwards and 1 D. Obviously, when we had Seuss in the box and Kotz wasn't playing, so we made that decision for most of that, and at the end we kind of went back again with 1 forward. But again, it's those guys have come up huge all year for us when we've needed a big kill. That seems like we've gotten it, and that was certainly an extended kill. But those guys kept doing what they've been doing, and Hunter, didn't have to be as busy as maybe you think, but he still had to make a couple saves, and what can you say? I mean, it was the difference in the game. It was the difference in us getting an extra point and being 2 points behind Denver or 3.
Obviously, you don't want to see that happen again, where you take that many penalties in a game. But in a game like that, how much advantage do you have the fact that you can run 9 or 10 different forwards out there to kill penalties and trust those guys?
Well, it's been good. Like I said, on the Carson's major, they called a couple guys' names the night before, and they weren't sure if they should go or not. They've done it before, but they just probably haven't done it as much. But it was good. I think every one of our players is killed. Maybe not as much with our team, but they've all done it before. So, that's why you have everybody in meetings, and you make sure guys hopefully pay attention. Some probably pay a little more attention than others, but those are the situations that you need those guys to step in and rest your other guys a little bit, or rest your key guys. And like I said, our PK has been great. Our PK has been great all year except for a couple weekends.
Overall, is the discipline of this? You feel the discipline of this team has been pretty strong. I think the beginning of the year we talked about how good this team has been at not taking bad penalties.
Yeah, I think they've been great. I think last Saturday was, like I said, it's hard to play the game when things aren't called the same both ways. I guess that's the hard part. So, but I think at times too we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. I think it was a little bit more of getting a little frustrated where we didn't get frustrated Friday. You can't take penalties on the power play, behind the play, things like that. Though whether you get a call or they missed a call, you got to understand those things. And we had a strong message this week about that. If we're going to continue to have success, and certainly you come playoff time and when games are really high stakes, not that these aren't, but higher stakes, you can't afford to have that. So, but overall, I don't have an issue with our team's display. I think they've been great.
In a couple of weeks, this senior class will become the second in program history to play in 3 straight NCAA tournaments. What can you say about these 7 guys?
Well, I mean, I think, number one, let's see, 5 of them have played a ton. I mean, if you look at Osti and Dom and Al and Seuss and Willie. I mean, those guys came in and have played a lot of minutes for us. They've given us, almost 4 years of really good hockey. But it's, for me as a coach and our coaching staff, when you watch those guys come in, the fun part of this is watching those guys grow and mature and get better. And, they're all leaders for us. They play big time roles for us. That's not always the case with every senior, but they've been very successful. They set examples on the rink by working hard and being good teammates, and they've helped continue the culture that we're trying to have here. And anytime you lose seniors, you're always gonna miss those guys, whether they play a monumental role or a smaller role. And sometimes it's not just what they do on the ice; it's personalities. It's the people that they are. And to me, that's always the harder part. But they've done a great job. Hopefully, we can continue and play for a while. And like I said, a few of those guys made the decision to come back and play their senior year for that exact reason. So I hope that we can accomplish that for them.
I don't know if you heard Dom when you came in. He said even though they were able to rebound and get the kill and get the shootout win on Saturday, they were still pretty unhappy with the fact that they put themselves in that situation. Do you like? I mean, obviously that's a good mentality as a coach to hear from your captain coming off a weekend like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end it kind of felt more like a loss, but it was still a pretty good weekend as far as getting 5 points, and could have went the other way certainly, but again, that's where your guys step up and do the job at a key moment. So again, that tells me a lot about our team. It's kind of the way they've been all year. They've always kind of stepped up, or they've found a way to fight back, and that was certainly the case because we were on our heels and we didn't have a lot of things good going over the last half of that game for sure. And the amazing thing is those guys do that in one shot and we get an extra point, and you feel a little bit better. But it's good to feel that way because I think I don't think our guys, I think they know we didn't play a good 60-minute game, and I think we were all pleased with our first period, but that's not enough. It's not enough at this time of the year. You got to be better over 3 periods, and certainly, I think that's what they were probably most disappointed with.